Organization 12th Ministerial Conference at Geneva, Switzerland. The Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Mariam Katagum, who led the Nigerian delegation, commended the Director General WTO, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, on the structured modalities of sessions which provided a constructive way of engagement on the WTO response to the pandemic, food crisis, fisheries subsidies, agricultural reforms and general reforms. As part of the conference outcome documents, 10 ministerial decisions and declarations were adopted by the trade ministers, including adoption of the 20 years outstanding agreement on fisheries subsidies, among others. The ministerial conference is the topmost decision-making body of the WTO. To other issues, Nigeria is to participate at the 26th session of Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting scheduled to hold in Kigali, Rwanda from 20th to 26th June 2022. In a statement by Ministry of Foreign Affairs, President Muhammadu Buhari will deliver remarks at the summit on malaria and tropical diseases. The President will also speak at the Heads of Government Roundtable. There will be other bilateral meetings which the President is expected to participate. The summit has lined up activities for ministers, senior government officials, business and civil society organizations. Nigeria's participation at the meeting will afford her the opportunity to attract investments into critical sectors of the economy such as energy, agriculture, mining and solid minerals, ICT, also technology and innovation. President Muhammadu Buhari will be accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, among other ministers and top government officials. The extension of voters' registration exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has come with excitement for people in Nasarawa State. Aliyu Tijani reports that eligible voters have continued to troop to registration centers to be captured.
30th June this year is the new deadline set by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to enable more Nigerians get registered. In Lafia, the Nasarawa State capital, electorates besiege registration centers to beat the new deadline. Also, their voters' card to nearest polling unit.
As you can see, the turnout is very okay and people are ever ready to participate in the exercise. And the exercise is going on well. There is no any challenges for now.
A legal practitioner, Hassan Mohammed Liman, who also transferred his card to a new polling unit, applauds the electoral umpire for the exercise.
I call on the people of Lafia local government to come out en masse to ensure that they registered or transfer their PBC to their nearest residence or where they stay.
I am encouraging those who are yet to be registered to come out in mass to do it because of the importance and significance of this national assignment.
In Lafia, Aliyu Tijani, NTA News.
Ashley tries to find out the citizens' mood and the level of preparation towards a free, fair and credible polls in the state. Let's see that.
Campaigns have commenced in earnest across Osun State as various candidates canvass votes ahead of the July 16 governorship elections. It is estimated that 1,955,657 Osun residents are eligible to cast their ballot in the forthcoming governorship election. Out of this number, INEC just announced that 333,179 PVCs are ready for collection. Affected residents who newly registered in March and those who only updated their registration all besiege INEC local government offices for the collection of their PVCs.
It's not easy, but thank God I've collected the voter's card. Voter's card is there with me.
While the electorate eagerly look forward to the governorship election, INEC has already increased the number of polling units from 3,010
to as simple as maps are being delivered to the ad hoc staff who use the registration card, registration area cards. What is left for us to receive as far as materials concerned is then we have commenced trainings for all the ad hoc staff. since 6 to 6.
Their manifesto and time around election will go on smoothly, and the winner will emerge in the first ballot. Because I believe whatever that caused the issue of inconclusive then is no more there.
A similar election in 2018 was declared inconclusive and the outright winner declared after a supplementary election. INEC has also suspended the continuous voter registration exercise to the end of the Osun State governorship election. Shegun Lawole, NTA News.
Electorate and all the key plan the security agencies to tackle head-on the persistent challenge of vote buying and other electoral offences by ensuring the prosecution of arrested culprits. Lydia Sampson reports.
The Ekiti governorship election was adjudged to have recorded significant improvement across the electoral value chain, from logistics to accreditation, voter participation, and the electronic transmission of votes. The issue of vote buying, however, was identified as persistent grey area.
There's a way we can stop vote buying, and that is by connecting.
INEC consulted stakeholders. We had Osun election coming after that. And it was at the meeting with the stakeholders that people suggested that one of the things INEC should adopt is, one, don't allow people to go to the polling booths with their cell phones or any photographic equipment. So we adopted that. Then people said, two, they configure the polling booths in such a way that it would be impossible for people.
The guests also commended INEC for quick handling of minor issues with the bimodal voter accreditation system, while advocating greater consideration for people with special needs to vote seamlessly in subsequent elections. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
5 additional bimodal voter accreditation system machines have been approved and deployed to Plateau State to ease the process of the ongoing continuous voter registration. Head of Independent National Electoral Commission's Voter Education, Publicity, Gender and Civil Society, Egurube Otokpa, gave this indication in Jos. Farida Nelson reports.
Deadline for the suspension of the ongoing continuous voter registration draws near. More prospective voters are trooping to Independent National Electoral Commission's office to get their cards ahead of the 2023 general election.
I had my card before, but I couldn't vote because they didn't give me the permanent one. I had the temporary, so I couldn't use it to vote. But now I'm trying to get the permanent one.
I am here for my voters registration. Actually, it's the nature of my work. So this is the only day that I am opportune to come and register it.
At some point, I misplaced my voter's card, so that's why I'm here. I want to participate fully this time around.
Speaking to NTA News, the head of Voter Education, Publicity, Gender and Civil Society Organization, Egurube Otokpa, confirms that the prospective voters are already heading to their call for the collection of their cards. He called on those who have issues with their cards, as well as those who are yet to register, to go to the INEC offices located across the 17 local government areas of the state for registration.
The crowd were doing very fine, and there's no tension. As far once they come, we attend to them. They go. Those for transfer of their vote points, the people that have omission of cards, defaced, they are being taken care of.
Angels. Farida Nelson, NTA News.
Well, despite major political parties not zoning the presidency to the southeast, the Igbo socio-cultural group, the Ohaneze Ndi-Igbo Elders Council, says it will not boycott the 2023 general elections. At a meeting in Abuja, the group, however, appealed for a review of the PDP constitution to reflect rotational presidency among the 6 geopolitical zones in subsequent elections. Timothy Yusuf will tell us more.
It was a 7-hour meeting held behind closed door. Members felt disappointed by the political class in the build-up to the party's primaries, where major political parties failed to field Igbo candidates in the 2023 presidential election.
What the delegates did was shameful. Whoever commanded them and convinced them to vote against their own people, they will live with that in their conscience.
We are going to participate in political activities, but we are going to watch the situation and probably make comments on that. But let it be known to Nigeria Igbos are going to participate in the 2023 elections.
On the state of the nation's security, the meeting condemned the recent war church attack, consoling victims, and prayed appropriate agencies to fish out perpetrators. Timothy Yusuf, NT News.
We'll take a trip to Lagos now as we join Michael to pick up with the next set of reports. Michael?
Thank you, Ruth. What they say breeds nothing good but destruction and death. One of its existing casualties is the displacement of people from the original settlements to become refugees. Elsewhere, as the world marks this year's World Refugee Day, Dana Jale takes a look at the plight of refugees against the background of this year's theme, All Actions Counts.
How was it? The war make all pass around. The war was not good. They make all cry, tears. People lose their parents, lose their family, but we give glory to God that we are alive today.
Emmanuel Gombe is a victim of civil unrest in Liberia, narrating his experience and how he found himself in Nigeria in 2003. Like Emmanuel, these young men, also from Liberia, escaped from the once troubled region.
I was working before, but now there's no job, so I keep I see myself on the street, washing cars. If they feed, take me home and settle me down, I'll be very grateful.
To go back is not a thing, but what we're going to start from. When you can help us to what, if you can send us back, or if you can make us what we'll go back, where we'll get something to drink, where we don't sit and look at our friends.
Although Lagos State does not have a refugee camp, but currently hosting close to 300,000 refugees from various countries, including Cameroon. According to Southwest Zonal Coordinator of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, she, however, appealed to 1 million Nigerians to join hands with the federal government in catering for refugees in any parts of the metropolis.
To accommodate them, we should love them. They ran away from their country because of the conflicts, because of the problem, either man-made or a natural disaster, and we should accept them.
June 20 every year is a day set aside by the United Nations General Assembly to strengthen efforts towards raising awareness on the plight of refugees, shed light on their rights, needs and hopes, aiding in mobilizing political will, as well as support refugees' well-being and ensuring their protection. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
The Apapa Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has handed over 150 cartons of seized tramadol tablets worth 3.7 billion naira to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA in Lagos. The Customs Area Controller Yusuf Malanta, while handing over the drugs, warned smugglers that all antiques being applied to evade detection, including disguised labeling, will always be uncovered in the course of examination. The era of physical examination of cargoes is paving way for more robust and systematic approach to detecting questionable consignment. Here at the Apapa Trade Corridor, technology is a vital weapon, and this is, however, frustrating importers with hidden agenda. From the top to the bottom of this container are 4.5 million capsules of tramadol, rated 120 milligrams each, discovered at 2 different terminals in Ikorodu and Apapa.
I handed over.
The worry here to both the customs and the NDLEA is the havoc the drugs will have caused if surveillance has not been heightened here. The customs is, however, making a pledge that the corridor remains a forbidden garden for smugglers.
We are not relenting. We are here, and we keep on apprehending, intercepting this kind of importation, and continue chasing the culprit until we get them to book.
The NDLEA is gauging the success achieved in the fight against drug trafficking to the increase in the price of a carton of tramadol. For instance, an item which used to sell for 8 million naira per carton is now 25 million.
We need
to be committed to the stability of this country beyond the financial gain anybody will expect. We are all potential victims if we fail to do the needful.
Another 1.20-foot container laden with tramadol and clothing were intercepted by the Apapa Customs Command while transiting to Kano Inland Terminal. The controller revealed that the contents were falsely declared as static converters and switches, only for examination to show otherwise. The port of origin of the container is Singapore, but in order to escape tracking, visited various destinations including Hong Kong and China. Apart from intensifying the process of arresting the importers of the two consignments, the NDLEA says the process of destruction will be quickened as efforts are on to secure court condemnation. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Nationwide will be back with Route after this break. Please stay.
The Nigerian aviation sector is rapidly growing with the construction of new international airport terminals in several regions of the country. The new Murtala Mohammed International Airport has an estimated passenger increase of 30 million annually and 15 million for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is also expected to open new frontiers for the region with more travel capacity for the annual Hajj, while the new Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, avails more business opportunities connecting the industrial cities in the region to the world. This new terminal beats world-class standards with enabling infrastructure that aid air travel, tourism, and the eventual growth of the country's GDP.
Open up commerce and of course link us to international societies.
People from international community will come here to do business, and then that will bring in more revenue to the states.
Now, distances can be seamlessly covered as Nigeria keeps raising its bar to suit global infrastructure standards.
Hoping that their educational deprivation is not the end of the day.
Agencies and stakeholders to proactively tackle these challenges.
Women in most countries of the world constitute about 50% of registered voters. Williams, reporting for Deadline 360.
In Jones, Caleb Gochin, Deadline 360.
Deadline
360. Chidi Okrafo.
For Deadline 360.
In Lagos, Michael Olaleye.
Reporting for Deadline 360. I am Omosola Omojola. Thanks for tuning in.
Do you run a breast or cervical cancer service? Are you a private or public laboratory, clinic or hospital that offer any of breast imaging, cervical cancer screening, HPV vaccination, or other breast or cervical cancer services? Is your service a primary, secondary, or tertiary center located in any part of Nigeria, no matter how remotely located it is? If yes to any of these questions, then subscribe to the OCI Foundation's Savvy Breast app and become accessible and visible to millions of Nigerians. It is all for free. To subscribe, just type the Savvy Breast application form on Google or go to the OCI Foundation's page on www.ocifoundation.org and search for Savvy Breast application form. Complete the form and submit. And let millions of Nigerians patronize you, all for free. Become part of the OCI Foundation's quest to tackle breast and cervical cancers in Nigeria. And join us as we rise by lifting others.
Welcome back. The Federal Ministry of Aviation is inviting private firms or consortiums to participate in the qualification process for the selection of private partners through a competitive bidding process for the development of Aerotropolis, that is Airport City in Abuja.
The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja has about 3,500 hectares of land designated for the Abuja Airport City project. The objective of the project, Aerotropolis, is to enhance commercial activities around the international airport and key into the robust growth of Nigeria's international air travel and cargo market by transforming the international airport into a regional and commercial hub. Selected private partners are expected to undertake the design, build, finance, operate, maintain, and transfer based on terms and conditions to be set out in the concession agreement. The statement further adds that overall objective of the selection process will be the successful procurement of a concessionaire with the technical and financial capability to implement the project. Bidders are to note that only qualified parties shall be invited.
Attitudinal change, renewed commitment to service, as well as adequate proper deployment of technology are necessary for optimum productivity. This is the consensus at an interactive session with civil servants drawn from ministries, departments and agencies in Abuja. Haman Jabani reports that the head of civil service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, spearheaded the discussion.
The interactive session, which had civil servants from all the ministries, departments and agencies, is aimed at highlighting government policies and programs while getting real-time feedback. Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, who spoke as possible to promote the welfare of civil servants as well as improve their capacity and working condition.
That an efficient bureaucracy is cardinal to sustainable national development. We as civil servants should begin to focus on results by ensuring that targets set are met without excuses. We must also imbibe the right skills, knowledge and attitude to drive these policies.
Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda, who highlighted some of the measures put in place by government, commended the head of civil service for her leadership.
This is yet another opportunity to re-examine and reposition ourselves for greater performance and effective contribution to national growth and development.
Speakers at the occasion expressed concern on some grey areas and practices. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
The trial of Peter Nwachukwu, husband of late gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu, at the FCT High Court has commenced. The defendant is facing various counts, including being allegedly responsible for the death of his wife on April 8, 2022 in Abuja. Olabode Arewa reports.
The prosecution counsel Aderonke Emana called the first prosecution witness, Osinachi's mother, Caroline Madu, to give evidence. She outlined several cases of alleged maltreatment, including isolation, beatings, and starvation of her daughter at the hands of the defendant, Peter Nwachukwu, resulting in her eventual death. Favor Madu, a sister to late Osinachi, who also spoke in similar vein, said the defendant had once seized a 2 million naira payment belonging to the deceased. At a point during the proceedings, defense counsel objected to the leading questions being asked from the witnesses, an objection sustained by the courts. Upon application by both counsel, the matter was adjourned to tomorrow, Tuesday, for continuation of trial.
Okay, trial has commenced. We were able to brought in the 2 witnesses testify today, and they intend to bring 3 more tomorrow. So wait for them tomorrow and see how it goes.
The defendant is being tried for offences contrary to Section 104 and Section 379 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, the Penal Code, and 1999 Constitution as amended. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
Kaduna State Government has confirmed killing of 3 worshippers attacked by bandits in Kajuru local government area. The bandits are said to have stormed some villages on motorcycles and attacked worshippers in Maranatha Baptist and St. Moses Catholic churches, killing 3 people and injured 2. A statement by the state government says already armed security personnel have been drafted in the affected areas to hunt the bandits. While commiserating with victims, the state deputy governor Hadiza Balarabi condemned the attack and describes it as barbaric and pure injustice. She appeals for calm as government is doing everything possible to restore security of lives and property in the state. We'll make another stop this time around in Benin. Obehi is ready for us. Obehi.
Many thanks, Ruth, for joining us here in Benin. Governor Godwin Obaseki has attracted a 10,000-hectare oil palm plantation project to Evoisi in Orion local government area of Edo State. Governor Obaseki, at the inspection of the nursery palm project ahead of the pre-planting season, promises to renovate the community hospital within the next 1 month. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
The oil palm plantation project is sitting on a 10,000 acres facility. The plan is to nurse and plant 100,000 oil palm trees within the next 6 months. Meanwhile, the pre-germinated nuts that are already nursed for 3 months are now transferred to bigger bags.
There's a special kind of drip irrigation that comes like dew, and sweet, so we expect that should be in place by August.
Governor Obaseki takes a step to plant some seeds. For him, the 10,000 hectare oil palm project is part of his 30 years master plan of rebuilding Edo to an enviable heart in the Committee of States.
Edo State as a government decided to be a part of that global body. So we are a member of the RSPO, which means that we're a signatory to the fact that we're going to cultivate oil palm in a responsible manner.
With this palm seed being planted today, experts predict a bountiful harvest in the next 4 years. From Owesi in Orewa Local Government Council, Elizabeth Omako, NTA News.
The increasing rate of youth involvement in cult-related activities in Edo State is generating concerns from members of the public who are of the opinion that it should be nipped in the bud to avoid escalation. Goodluck Enaini in this report brings us to speed on the recent clampdown on cultists in some parts of the state during their initiation. The report.
The arrest and parade of 15 alleged cultists is the latest breakthrough by the Edo State Police Command in crime prevention. It was at the point of initiating other members amidst display of firearms and other paraphernalia that they were apprehended by the police. The question on the lips of many Nigerians in Edo State is, how will this insecurity be mitigated?
So not until we curb this menace of unemployment, of hardship in the society, then we still have a long way to go.
You can't be looking about court when my mate is making me. I don't encourage cultists in this country. Very wrong. Very, very bad. Because from there they enter to robbery, armed robbery. It's very, very important that you monitor your children. Monitor them, how they move, when they are entering school. Make sure you advise them the type of people they will be moving with.
Although some of the suspects claimed ignorance of their actions, the command spokesperson, Chidi Wabuzo, in a telephone conversation, say,
"That has been paraded. The investigation is ongoing. They will be taken to court."
Security, they say, is everybody's business. This is why the police is urging the public to furnish it with relevant information that will assist in bringing down the rate of crime. When you see something, say something. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And Ruth, that's our contribution from Benin. It's back to you for the continuation of Nationwide.
Thank you, Obehi. All right, let's go on a break. We're back. Stay tuned.
The ever-busy ancient city of Onitsha is a commercial hub with millions of commuters seamlessly linking other states daily for business, leisure, and other purposes. To upscale its road network, the construction of a 1.6-kilometer long second Niger Bridge, including a 10.3-kilometer highway furnished with other infrastructure, has been in motion by the federal government. This project will ease congestion on the existing 56-year-old Onitsha Bridge and boost the economic capacity of the state as it easily connects to other parts of the country. The completion of the world-class second Niger Bridge Onitsha will be one of the many proud moments of the state, its people, Nigerians, and foreign investors. Onitsha, which hosts the largest market in Africa, is geared up to boast of an impressive road network. Once again, these moments are made alive by the federal government, and it is deserving of all the applause.
The Tough Club Federation of Nigeria, through the Office of the Life President, Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abubakar the Etsonope, invites the general public to the second edition of the West African Horse Racing Derby in honor of His Eminence, Alhaji Sa'ad Abubakar III, the Sultan of Sokoto, marking his 15 years on the throne. Date Friday 3rd to Sunday 5th June 2022, with a grand finale on Friday 10th to Sunday 12th June 2022 at the Shehu Kengiwa Race Course, Sokoto State, Nigeria. It promises to be a equestrian, traditional, and a cultural spectacle. Prominent Nigerians and dignitaries from across the country and the West African sub-region will grace this event. For further inquiries and sponsorship, visit www.toughclubfederationna.ng or call any of these numbers 0915-360-9941 or check on all social media handle TCFN Official. The Tough Club Federation of Nigeria, rejigging horse racing in Nigeria.
Welcome back. 9 parcels of methamphetamine hidden in packs of conflicts have been intercepted at the narco export shed of Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, and a courier company in Lagos. 2 threat agents identified as suspects have so far been arrested in connection with the crime. The NDLEA also reveals that a joint inspection with Nigerian Customs Service also yielded the seizure of 10 cartons of an estimated 500,000 tramadol tablets with an estimated street value of 200 million naira. Meanwhile, 33 parcels of cannabis indica said to have been originated from India have been seized at the Tinkan Seaport, Lagos, while a suspected notorious drug dealer wanted for some past attacks on men of the agency in Adamawa State have also been apprehended during nationwide operations in Borno, Kogi, Ogun, Zamfara and Taraba states. The Kano Ultra Modern Cancer Treatment Center is expected to take off by the end of August this year. Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje stated this during an inspection visit to the site of the project. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
The multi-billion naira project, started 4 years ago, was intended to commence operation by the middle of 2021. That could, however, not be realized due to unforeseen circumstances. Now, the project is nearing completion with civil works fully executed. In less than 2 months to come, finishings and installation of equipment will be ready.
The scientific equipment, Your Excellency, are almost completely out in cabinet.
Processes for the recruitment of personnel will equally commence soon.
I have already briefed Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, and he has promised to be here in 2 months' time in order to commission this all-important project.
The center will, in addition to treatment of cancer, also expected to serve research needs of tertiary health and educational institutions. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
All right, we head to Ibadan now to join Kemi to bring us some more reports from there.
Thank you, Ruth, and a warm welcome to Ibadan. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has advised pilgrims to abide by the rules and regulations guiding them in the Holy Land. The governor stated these at the farewell program of the Oyo State 2022 Hajj pilgrims. Oluwede Olawale's report is presented from our studio.
These 779 Hajj pilgrims from Oyo State are grateful to Almighty Allah for the possibility to embark on this year's Hajj pilgrimage for the first time in 2 years since COVID-19 pandemic. The state governor, Seyi Makinde, through its representative Barrister Bayo Lawal, charged the pilgrims to maintain rules and guidelines in the Holy Land.
For this present Hajj, we are going to be, the Oyo State pilgrim will be uplifted from Ikeja, Lagos Murtala Muhammad Airport for this year. But in the nearest future, according to the governor and according to the effort being made by the state government, the pilgrims from this place will be lifted from Alakia.
Some of the pilgrims commend the orientation they received through the farewell program.
The most important thing out of the message is that we should be a good ambassador of Oyo State and Nigeria in particular.
We should abide by the rules and regulations of the Saudi Arabia government.
The pilgrims were also charged to engage in special prayers for Nigeria to overcome our challenges, especially insecurity.
Kwara State government wants residents living along and on waterways to relocate to avoid falling victims of flood. Commissioner for Works Rotimi Liasu made the call while inspecting some structures built on waterways in Ilorin metropolis. Raliat Ibrahim has the report.
Following recent incidents of floods reported in some parts of Ilorin metropolis, Kwara State government is putting measures in place to mitigate possible damages that may result from incidents of flood. The first course of action by the state government is an inspection of some flashpoints in the metropolis. The team, led by the State Commissioner for Works, Rotimi Ilyasu, visited Eid Road, Ibadan Road in Adewale Estate, and the Royal Shekinah axis of Ofagara.
We've seen that one of the drainage is blocked, like the access slab, the cross culverts is blocked. Also implored people that live around here to please not allow the drainage to get blocked again. The shop owners, we told them also not to dump refuse when they sweep in the drainage. It's not appropriate, it's wrong, and for our safety, what is right is what is right. We have to do it.
He reiterated the need for citizens to cooperate with the state government to avoid loss of lives, livestock and damages to their property. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. Nationwide continues in Abuja. Stay with us.
Thank you very much, Kemi. The newly constructed Niger Bridge in Cross River State has put an end to the plight of road users as vehicles and heavy-duty trucks now ply the road stress-free. Esu Edodi reports that road users commended the federal government for a job well done.
The old gives way to the new. Stress-free looks on the faces of motorists. A brand new bridge gives the motorists a pleasure ride.
This place now is looking more bright and more beautiful like before. Then it was like a forest, everyone was scared of this place, but now at least you can see from far the beautification, the traffic light.
The beautiful looking Niger Bridge is expected to address many hindrances to interstate trade as well, facilitate trade between south and the north.
So this one is very good and very, very safe for the drivers.
Commendations for the federal government, but the road users are also expected not to abuse the facility. Esu Edodi, NTA News.
The Ministry of Education is making efforts to ensure that all admission processes into junior secondary of Federal Unity colleges in the country are completed on or before Friday 1st July 2022. This was during the official release of the 2022 National Common Entrance Examination (NCEE) by the Ministry, conducted by National Examinations Council (NECO), administered every year to Nigerians both at home and abroad. A total number of 71,738 pupils registered, with 34,004 being male and 37,708 females.
The highest score is Ajidagba Maria Makanke, an indigenous of Sokoto State, who wrote the exam in Oshodi Junior Secondary School, Tolu Complex, Apapa, Lagos, and she scored 201. The lowest score was 1. The lowest number of candidates were registered by Kebbi State, and they were 74. Gentlemen of the press, two things are clear from these few highlights are presented. One, we had more female registrants than males. Secondly, the first two positions were females. It goes to show that we are getting more even with gender parity.
Lagos State has the highest registered number of candidates, followed by the Federal Capital Territory. The admission criteria for selection of qualified candidates into Federal Unity colleges remain the same: 60% merit, 30% equality of state, and 10% exigency. The new leadership of the National Association of Women Journalists Plateau State Chapter has been charged to unite and take the association to greater heights. This was at the inauguration of new executive members of the association in Jos. Bilikisu Nuhu reports.
These are the new executives pledging their allegiance to serve and promote the interests of the association for the next 3 years. On behalf of the executives, the chairman Nene Dung says the new leadership will build a formidable association that will be a force to reckon with, calling for the support of all and sundry.
I call on all Norwegians not to sit on the sidelines and make comments or deride us, but let's bring our collective ideas to see how we can fashion out a plan that will be beneficial to us all.
I want to see a vibrant, strong and united Nawoj in the Plateau.
Outgoing chairman Jennifer Yerima acknowledged that in spite of the challenges encountered in the course of their leadership in the past 3 years, she is confident that their successors will achieve more in the interest of women journalists in the state.
Not every call to celebrate our achievements through sincere commitment, spectacular innovation, and significant opportunities granted by God's grace, coupled with enough of sacrifices, which our team was able to attain in service to humanity and Almighty God. All of the new experts, please work together as a team, but they do that, they will scale through.
You have to focus on issues that will lead to the progress of your members. Please carry them along and work as a team.
There were goodwill messages from past national and state leaders of Nawoj. In Jos, Bilikisu Nuhu, NTA News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have unveiled plans for more breakthrough in the fight against drug trafficking in Nigeria. Abdul Malik Hassan will tell us about it.
Passing the right information and support to drug users could just mitigate the challenges they are faced with.
We need to make sure that primary health providers and professionals in particular are equipped with basic drug treatment, counseling and referral skills.
A solution provided for those with fear of stigma.
In a short while from now, we will be unveiling the NDLEA call center in counseling, psychotherapy, psychology, psychiatry and more to offer help to drug users who will make use of our toll-free lines to seek counseling 24/7.
But it is evident that drug barons keep exploring different means to distribute these harmful substances and subjecting users to an unstable condition despite being haunted. So, in this room comes an extra planning on drug demand and supply reduction in Nigeria.
As an anti-narcotic agency, our capacities are being daily optimized to face the continuously changing threats of illicit drugs.
Over 17,647 offenders have been arrested so far between January 2021 and May 2022, with 11,523 counseled and treated within this period. The week-long activities marking the International Day Against Drug Abuse, with the theme Addressing Drug Challenges in Health and Humanitarian Crisis, will entail symposiums, advocacies, and movie premiere which reveals the ills of drugs. Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
Well, let's take sports update.
Nigeria's Golden Eaglets are set for the semi-final match against Cote d'Ivoire in the WAFU B Under-17 Championship on Tuesday at the Cape Coast Stadium in Ghana. Eaglets are unbeaten in the competition with victories against host Ghana and Togo in Group A. Burkina Faso, who are also unbeaten in the competition, will face Ghana in the other semi-final. The two finalists will feature at the Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations in Algeria next year. Still on football, Africa's soccer governing body, CAF, has announced July 21 as the date for the CAF Award ceremony, and Rabat, Morocco, will be the host venue. Winners in the CAF Awards are decided by votes from captains and coaches of the member associations, selected journalists, CAF Technical Study Group, and CAF Legends. The period under review is from September 2021 until June 2022. CAF Awards had been on suspension due to the outbreak of COVID-19, and Senegal's Sadio Mane was the last recipient of the Player of the Year award. And finally, in athletics, the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, Habu Gumel, has challenged Nigerian athletes to compete clean and fair by shunning doping that can jeopardize their career and tarnish the country's image. He stated this while declaring the 2022 Nigeria Athletes Commission seminar held in Abuja.
The Nigerian Athletic Commission must be up and doing in the area of educating athletes on the grave dangers of doping to their health, career, and our national heritage.
The program we have the WADA doping, that is extremely important for us that we talk about it.
The seminar became necessary to help educate Nigerian athletes to enhance their performance and growth of sports in Nigeria. With Sports Update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari joins the family of former Secretary General of Arewa Consultative Forum, Colonel Musa Sheikh Shehu, in mourning the passing of the patriot who served the country in many leadership positions, including military administrator of Rivers and Plateau states. The president commiserates with members and leaders of the ACF, friends and associates of the former military officer, and prays that Allah grants the departed eternal rest. That's nationwide. Remember, we'll continue to seek your support if we must win the fight against rape and rapists. Do enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Ruth Aguilera. Bye.
"24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
Did you get to see the way tell him about the post this? Don't forget to send in your messages.
There's a difference between picking child and is largely cool.
بأيديكم إلى التهلكة. That is and do more with less people.
If we have a better way of addressing these issues, taking care of...
Congratulations, you've been able to sign Timo Werner from RB Leipzig.
You take water before you walk out.
Use that phone, you need to check to do is like a lot of people don't even have resources.
I'm Cecil, and this is the Medley Show on NTA.
Aba, the commercial capital of Abia State, well known as the Enyimba City, is a little but mighty city where anything and about everything is possible. With a population of over 2 million people residents and thousands of daily visitors, the city is said to be in a hurry almost round the clock. The bulk of the commercial activities therein is centered on creative entrepreneurial skills in diverse forms, from the metal fabrications to leather works of shoes and bags. Have you heard of Made in Aba shoes? They are a sight to behold. The creative beauty put into it with what you may describe as a seamless effort, but that is only for the experts, as I tried to produce a pair that failed woefully. Now we know that it is easier said than done for the novice. How then do these experts get the job done?
The Aba people, God gave us special strength. No matter any quantity you will order now, we will make sure that will satisfy our customers.
Who really are their target buyers?
Nigerians are not patronizing our product. Instead of them patronizing what we are producing, Cameroonians, Togo, Ivory Coast, Abidjan, all these African sub-Saharan countries, they are the people that are coming in here to buy our product because they know the value.
Is this business really profitable?
There's money here. There's money here. There's money. If the government can help us to move forward, we will turn the economy of this country round. We will not be mentioning anything like joblessness again. All these young school leavers who don't have jobs, you see many of them here. They will be flowing, and we'll be training them because the skill God gave it to us.
One thing that stands out are the labels on the products. All are foreign. I wondered why.
Whenever they come to know that you are the one that produced this one, sometimes they would not like to buy it. They prefer the ones they don't know the person that worked it than the one they know the person that worked it.
The Aba shoes seem to be high in demand, especially within the west coast of Africa. What stands it out?
We are using two kinds of leathers. One is animal skin and a synthetic. It's Nigerian leather. Outside the country prefer this leather to those of their own leathers. As our women, they will tell you that is what we are hearing today. They are now preferring made in Aba to made in China because of its quality today.
Given the fact that this little town known as the Japan of Africa can well produce footwears for the entire Nigeria and beyond, what then is stalling the effort?
Shoe manufacturing is something that needs brain work. They should first of all talk about an environment, a place that is made, that is cited for leather and the garments. Provide us, if not another thing, let there be electricity, let there be empowerment.
They don't have the equipment. We are working too much with hand. So we are straightening ourselves.
Not long ago, the state government took a giant stride to build on the people's efforts. Some of the designers were sent to China to learn and acquire more skills and finesse in this area. What has been the effect on their productivity?
I improved in my production. People that have been buying my products before I went to China, and now they can see the difference. There's a whole lot of difference in my production. It has improved the finishing, everything, the packaging is just superb right now.
Now, that is the language our youths should be speaking. Whatever it is what, we must look inward if we must develop our great nation Nigeria, starting from the Japan of Africa, Aba.
Wannan labarin ma yana peji na